Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is Aegis versus Deadzerg on Frozen Temple. In the bottom right side of the map we have the blue Protoss player, it is Deadzerg. And in the top left side of the map we have the purple Terran player, it is Aegis. It looks like these guys are having a discussion about, I guess continuing a previous discussion. Don't get Disruptor, that was bad. It looks like maybe a coaching session between these two players, but either way, this is a GM level game. This should prove to be a very excellent display of both Protoss and Terran proficiency in the game of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void, of which I love and I hope that you love as well, because you're here. Aegis says, I see Disruptors and feel safe. I mean, I guess. Are your splits that good? Do you have Beyond level splits there, man? Seems entirely possible. Oh, and Beyond. Okay, if any of you guys watch Beyond, if any of you guys have access to his replays somehow, could you send them to me, falconpaladin@gmail.com? I would love you forever if you did. Beyond is an amazing Terran player. I want to show people how good Terran can be here in Legacy of the Void. I get a lot of comments about how bad they are, about how sad they are and as Terran players and feel underprivileged and disadvantaged. I just want to show them that Beyond can make stuff work. That's all I want to do. Deadzerg is throwing his gateway outside the general scanning area that Aegis is going to use, and I think the Cyber Core is going to go there as well. And there it is. There's the Cyber Core Nexus here on the way for the Deadzerg second Nexus. Aegis throwing down the barracks and tossing down a reactor on top of that. So it's not going to be a Reaper, unfortunately. We do have a Reaper list, but it will not get a name knocked off today, sadly enough, for our Reaper friends. Command Center on the way for Aegis. Probe scouts that out for Deadzerg, sees exactly what is going on. I guess I forgot to mention that, but Aegis previously did make the good point that going Disruptor just makes Liberator spam better, because Disruptors can't do anything about the air, so it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. I mean, unless you get some godly hits with the Disruptors to just completely overwhelm the ground army of your opponent, it's difficult to make it work. So Stalker's better choice when you're dealing with those Liberators. That's just been my experience, just what I've seen. Factory on the way from Aegis. And Warp Gate Research on the way. Adept coming out as well for the Deadzerg. And I think that SCV scouted this stuff out anyway. So scan unnecessary. SCV sees exactly what Deadzerg is up to. The double assimilator, the Nexus, the Gateway, and the Cyber Core. So nothing too crazy. Nothing too out of the ordinary at this point for the Protoss player. A second Gateway would be good, but no, going directly to Robotics Facility. 2-minute and 45-second Robo Facility. Dang, that is good stuff. Marine count increasing heavily for Aegis, double pumping those Marines out of the barracks. A factory just about to complete. Unbuildable plates do get destroyed by the Marines, again to avoid misclicks later on, and a bunker being thrown down at the front. So the Adept just tries to sneak on by, cancels that psionic transfer, might send another one up. We'll see if Aegis can lift his supply depots in time. Again, this is a GM level PBT, so I assume that should happen. Psionic transfer, go lift. Oh, the lift at the last second. Just tried to trap Deadzerg in there. That was awesome. Deadzerg canceled at the last second, though. It didn't end up happening. Mothership Core tried doing some harassment, but again, that Marine count is so stinking high. So high right now. Double pumping Hellions. Barracks still making Marines. A Starport just about complete here as well. Aegis has this build down to a science. An absolute science. Starport immediately making a Liberator, not even worrying about getting a reactor at this point. But that means no drops available for Aegis, so I don't know if that's going to be a defensive Liberator or an offensive Liberator. I suppose this is a really good spot here, just outside Deadzerg's natural, to throw up a Liberator and start causing some trouble. Are there any anti-air units whatsoever for Deadzerg? No. No, if I were him, I'd almost just toss down a pylon at the very edge of the natural base, and that should be able to cover a lot of this area that Liberators would want to set up in. So at least do that, I guess, but we will see what Deadzerg decides to do instead. Blink on the way from Deadzerg. Again, that Liberator still on the way from Aegis. Is that the first one? I lose track of time here. Yeah, that's the first Liberator, so it does take a while to build. 4 Hellions coming on in here. Warp enough Stalkers to deal with them. Excellent play. Stalkers should shoot these away, no problem. Yep. Hellions want nothing to do with Stalkers. Good job, says Aegis, having Stalkers there. This is definitely a coaching session, which is interesting, because I know Deadzerg does offer some Protoss coaching of his own. Perhaps he is learning to better educate the people that follow him on his channel. I did put a link in the top right to his channel earlier. You can go up and find it again if you want. If you're a Protoss player struggling in Legacy of the Void, give him a chance. Check him out. It's kind of like Neuro for Protoss players. Starport does have a reactor building on it now, supposedly for double pumping Liberators. Liberators heading on out. Hellions trying to poke in, but that Stalker count is currently 6. Not going to work. Not going to work for them whatsoever. Liberator, again, trying to sneak down into this main base. There are a couple pylons on the way. I have to assume those are both photon overcharge pylons more than anything else based on their positioning. Robotics facility has given us an observer. 3 observers? Whoa, he really wants to know what's happening, doesn't he? So the Liberator's trying to sneak on in. Like I said, very sneaky, very silent for something that has giant jet engines on its back, but whatever. Trying to sneak on in and gonna be able to do it. Gonna be able to do it. Trying to stay out of the range of those pylons. And it says, screw it. Sets up just catching the very edge of that mineral line, taking out a couple of these probes. Pull the probes, Deadzerg. Get out. He does. He finally pulls them. Liberator doesn't even wait for the photon overcharge to come. Gets on out of there, and Blink Stalker's so good against Hellions, killing 2 of them without even breaking a sweat. And Deadzerg's third base is up and running. Aegis doesn't have a third yet. He's really sacrificed some of that by making this big Marine Marauder Hellion army, and I just don't know if it's going to work out too well for him. Deadzerg does have a lot of Blink Stalkers. A lot of Blink Stalkers. You need quite a bit of bio to actually deal with this, although Marauders are amazing. They're amazing against Stalkers. We'll see how this works out. Currently, there's a War Prism coming up. There's a Resonating Glaives on the way for Deadzerg too. Catching the Liberator. Oh, the Liberator tried to go back home, and the Stalkers caught it in the middle of the open, and that was beautiful. Another dead Hellion there. Aegis just losing stuff. Just getting a little bit unlucky, it feels like. Other Hellion dies. Deadzerg pushing on this. He wants this battle against Marines and Marauders, and Aegis does not. Blinking up and catching the Medevac. Oh, other Medevac does manage to survive to tell everybody what happened. 4th base here for Deadzerg as well. Long distance mining from Aegis. And Stalker's just kind of in a I would say a soft contain. Killing a Widow Mine that tries to come down there. The Marines and the Marauders do not have +1/+1 upgrades, which I think hurts them quite a bit. Combat Shield's not up either. Stim isn't up either. Oh, he just really sacrificed a lot to get this early harass out, and I don't think he just didn't do enough damage. Really, resources lost 1,700 to 150? Good golly. Good golly. Blink Stalker is blinking out after doing some work there. 4th base for Deadzerg, about 60 to 80% complete. And 3rd base now coming up for Aegis. Income tap is 54 to 62 workers. Deadzerg has a definite lead, but he can't stick on Stalkers forever. He is making some Immortals. He's going for Psionic Storm now. He's going for Storm. Is he making any Templar at all? I mean, it feels like if you're going to go Storm, you need some Templar, but he doesn't have any at this point, nor is he actually making them. So the Stalker's heading on home. There's that Stim. There's that Combat Shield. Just about done. And yep, that is complete for Aegis. The Stalkers do not want to engage there. This base in a lot of trouble. Warping some Adepts in slowly. It's the 16-second warp in here at the 4th base on this high ground. But they made it. They made it in time. Oh, a drop of Adepts forcing the halt of the construction of this 3rd base by killing the SCV. Amazing play. The Adepts do not get picked up and saved by the Warp Prism as the attack at the back door of the Natural is here. A lot of Marines, lot of Marauders. Time Warp is tossed down. Good positioning of that Time Warp. That's amazing. So they're going to come in through here, but the army is at the top of the ramp for Deadzerg. They're going to push them away fairly easily, losing a couple of Adepts, but I don't know if he want to come up here. He does! He did want to come up there, then he kind of canceled, and then he's coming back up again. Immortals doing great work against these Marauders. Photon Overcharge coming up as well. Mothership Core dies a little bit sloppy there from Deadzerg, but it's A-okay. Immortals doing extra damage versus the Marauders. I'm not sure if they're being target fired or not, but basically that's all that's left for Aegis. So I think he's going to retreat just because, again, Immortals are super duper scary. Aegis does not have any attack upgrades whatsoever. 2 Widow Mines sitting here right on this ramp outside the Natural. Nothing in range for them to hit right now, but they're ready and they're primed to fire. Again, how many observers are out there? 3? Any of them nearby? Yes, this one is. This one is super close, actually. Anyway, Warp Prism somehow not dead. But going to come up here into the main base and possibly try to warp some stuff in. And yep, does the quick warp in of Adepts going after the workers. Marines and Marauders are here to stop it. Marines burning down that Warp Prism out of the sky. It is gone. It is gone. Marauders taking down Adepts. Not the best use of their time, but it works out pretty well. One Adept tries to get down in the Natural, but no. Aegis sees it coming and burns her out of the ground. Off of the ground? Knocks her out of the ground? I don't know. So it's 148 to 115 total supply. Aegis is definitely ahead right now. Army supply 88 to 53. Deadzerg's going to need some really good storms. Yes, his income is amazing. 64 to 60 workers. 4 bases compared to the 3 that Aegis has. But this army is huge for Aegis. A lot of Marine, a lot of Marauder. Does not have any upgrades yet. He's trying to end this game now. I'm not sure he's ever planning on getting any upgrades at all, as he doesn't even have an engineering bay at home whatsoever. So he's going to sneak on down, same path he came down before, the ramp up into the natural base. And is Deadzerg going to be able to defend this? I don't know. He does have Templar, but they're not in position. They're at the 5th base. Cannon canceled before it can finish. Pylon ending up dead. The Storm not here. The Stim is here, though, for Aegis. He burns down the natural base in about 3.2 seconds. Trying to come in with Adepts, but you know what? Aegis says, I'm not even going to engage right now. Widowmine shot. Oof, pretty good stuff. Tried to split there. Did Deadzerg. Couldn't quite pull it off. Immortals, great storm. Ooh, great storm on the bio there. He just lost a bunch of Marines. A lot of guys. Very low on health as well. So, sneaking away, there is Aegis very happy that he managed to take down that 2nd base. Stalker's blinking forward, trying to get as many of these medevacs as possible. Getting 1, getting 2, getting 3. Nicely done. Medevac count is at 8. It was at 11. Possibly 12. Widowmine's at the top of the ramp, taking out those Adepts again. Deadzerg pushing his way up here, but amazing concave by Aegis forces Deadzerg to retreat right there. Not a great spot. Immortals, Stalkers, everybody has +1 attack. That Immortal has 5 kills. Medevac's healing up this a little bit overstimmed army here for Aegis, and Deadzerg decides not to go up that ramp, and instead gonna walk right past this Widowmine. Does he need an observer with his army? You seriously not have an observer with his army. Good blink, though. Blink dodge on that Widowmine shot by Deadzerg. Amazing play. Beautifully amazing play. Double Stargate on the way from Deadzerg. I hope that's not for Tempest. I hope it's not for Tempest. Marine, Marauder, Widowmine. Again, Aegis still has a big lead right now. Storming. Storming the Widowmine. One storm does kill a Widowmine. Great storm on this small group of Bile. They're trying to pick off the Templar, but didn't work out super well there. Harassing this 3rd, setting up defender mode circles. Does he want to go in there? No, Deadzerg does not. Purple defender mode circles are kind of pretty, though. Whoop, whiffs on that storm. He just walks into it a little bit anyway, storming that mineral line, taking out a bunch of those SCVs. 4 workers killed by Aegis, 19 killed by Deadzerg. Good worker advantage right now by Deadzerg. Going to try to do this thing with the Stalker, Adept, Immortal push. And yeah, the Marauders are just, they're not good here. I don't think. They don't do extra damage versus the Adepts. And Archon here with 7 kills. He was merged, I assume, from 2 Templar. Very low on shields, but he should get those back. I'm not sure in time for the next battle, but eventually we'll get there if he doesn't die first. Defender mode circles are set up. Stalkers do not want to engage. Deadzerg does not like what he sees here. Good old Storm there on the bio. Again, I feel like Storm is amazing from Protoss in a PvT perspective. It's just beautiful. It really hits hard on these little bio balls. Widowmine shot. Oh, full War Prism dies. Oh, Deadzerg tried to sneak that in there. Walked right over a Widowmine. Do you really not have an observer with this army? Who else did this recently? I was mad at someone else for not getting an observer with their army. And yeah, Deadzerg does not have an observer with this army at all. 4th base under attack here for Aegis. Where's the army? Not in position to save it. Can they take it down? The repair is good. The storms are good too. Aegis walking through those storms, trying to save the command center, not really paying attention to his surroundings. And the storm's eating up this bio. Was that an EMP? An EMP might have been tossed on that. Are there ghosts? I don't know that there are. Imba says he just... Is Storm Imba? I don't know. Are there any ghosts? No. Is there a Ghost Academy? Why did I think I saw an EMP? I did not see an EMP. Alright, fair enough. Either way, big trouble blinking on in with the Blink Stalkers. Deadzerg trying to throw the hammer down here, killing all the medevacs. Liberator here too. 5 kills. GG from Aegis. And Aegis is defeated. Deadzerg is victorious, and Protoss wins this game. That was a really well-fought match by both of these players. Aegis threw several large hits at Deadzerg. The Liberator spot attacks were very, very nice indeed. Taking out that natural base was almost a death blow to Deadzerg, but thankfully he already had his 4th. He was expanding again behind that. He was very patient, and he got the Storm. The Storm was so big. Did he lose all of his Templar? Are they all dead? No, this one's alive. Or is he? Where is he? Oh, is he morphing here into this Archon? Why does it show he has 1 Templar if I can't select it? Oh, those are Widowmines down there. Anyway, the Storm did a great job. It was beautiful. It really, if nothing else, it zones out the Terran bio and forces them back. which is what you want in situations like this. So Deadzerg, excellently done. Got a smattering of Immortals with that +2 attack. Look at these guys. 13 kills, 8 kills, 9 kills, 10 kills. They are worth their weight in gold in pretty much all matchups, really, unless your Zerg opponent is going Ling Bang Muta, and then maybe not as good. But outside of that, fantastic. This Archon has 7 kills as well, and Liberator gets 5, but was going to die in the next couple of seconds there. So nice job by Deadzerg, and that's it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Patrons! Nicholas Cheek, Sean Govin, Nick Riley, Josh Cornelius, Jin, Robert Farmer, Kayan, Matt Meermans, Hakon Marcus, Christopher, Alex Coffey, Ben Raboyne, 19 Day, Kith Carlo, Alexander Canaris, Complex, Ian Westbrook, Michael McIntosh, Sam Estagoy, Bo Brissett, Cale Anderson, Trevor Smith, Menhadin, GMP, Sik Kupata, Pedro Batsaris, Michael Wellen, Plaid, Henry Cooper, Clayton Knight, Jan Kodera, Kevin Chang, Rajiv Bhatt, link at the top right. Thank you. Bye.